Just some early impressions coming off the field. One of the things that we felt was important in this game offensively was, early down efficiency, and I think we really struggled there. It led to some longer yardage situations. I didn't feel like we ran the ball particularly well enough, not near consistently enough, and there's more stress, obviously, that falls on the quarterback. But, our third downs, the numbers aren't going to be great. I haven't seen them yet, but I just know based on the distances we were operating from. It was a game where you felt the momentum shift, first half, second half. And I've just finished telling the team there's not many games where that momentum doesn't swing towards each team. It's pretty common. And then getting it back as quickly as possible is important. We saw a little bit more tempo from them offensively to get their offense going. And in the end, we were short. We didn't score enough. We had some opportunities early. We get the early turnover. We end up settling for a field goal. So I'm sure there'll be a lot we have to coach up after looking at the tape. Any questions?
Did you think Bo was a little jittery early and then finally
No.
got into it?
No, I didn't. I thought he seemed calm, poised. I thought that part of it, he was. I felt like he was very comfortable and ready.
How have you seen him sort of handle the adversity he has faced, and how do you?
Yeah, look, I don't know how many balls we dropped. And so I've said this before, for any quarterback playing, we've got to be more effective running the football. We'll see the rushing. If you take away his scrambling yards, I think we're like somewhere at 60 yards rushing to their 140. So not nearly good enough.
Do you see that last drive in which he scored a touchdown, giving him some confidence moving forward?
I think part of being a young player is, he's a fairly confident, I don't want to say kid, but I felt the whole time he was into it, competing. We just got to be better around him, and that's my impressions from just watching it without looking at the tape.
When you look at the run totals, is part of it, like you said, you just weren't very good at it? Because you obviously didn't want him to throw.
Listen, there's always that balance of, man, we're attempting to, and then it's hard to keep, so whether it was base personnel, we're going to look at the tape and we're going to say this and that, but we got to evaluate, us as coaches, we got to evaluate the run plan and why it wasn't as effective as we'd like. It's going to be hard to play quarterback, period, if that's the best we can do running the ball.
Okay. What did the Seahawks do in the second half, specifically the third quarter on offense when they racked up 100?
A lot of tempo, a lot of at the line, maybe shift, so they kind of changed from huddle to more tempo, and hit us with some gun runs, looked like some check with me plays at the line.
Sean, how's Garibaldi's ankle? It seemed like he was trying to get back in it.
Yeah, I think he's going to be fine. Hit an MRI. I think the evaluation was fine. I think he's got a bruise.
I'm just curious if, like 40 attempts, did you want that coming in?
No, that's a byproduct a lot of times of, you get into the fourth quarter and heck no. No.
Was some of the empty and 4 wide, was that an effort to give Bodie?
There's just oddball looks. You're trying to find completions. Sometimes we're in like a heavy personnel trying to get a certain matchup. A lot of times it's something you see defensively that you want to get to. I thought he was into it. I never felt like it was too big or confusing. He was sharp, and I thought he actually extended some plays with his feet. And again, we'll look at the tape, but we have to be better around him.
Did the defense wear down? You weren't as good in the second half.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. It's a fair question. The time of possession. Certainly we would have liked to have had a drive to start the second half. We were 3 and out, and then I think we gave up a touchdown on that next drive. So the momentum shifted there early in the third quarter. And, we struggled at that point. It took a while to get it back.
When you have the early, settling for a field goal a couple times in the red zone, how much can can that take the wind out of it? I mean, you said.
Well, I mean, in the back of everyone's mind when that happens, like we get the early turnover and, you know, we're in a pretty good position. We've got a good play, the play we want. I think we have a false start. Correct? First down or after there's a first and goal after, I think, a run or two runs. And it just can't happen.
Sean, you've seen a lot of football, but you have two safeties in the first half, plus you get the muff punt. I guess how frustrating to have those, I guess.
Yeah, not enough came of it. Now the safeties are the safeties, and the interesting thing with the safeties are that I don't know, we were able to catch the ball, obviously, and, you know, +8, you know, you gives yourself a chance of possibly returning it. I would say it's not as penalizing maybe as in the past because you had to hang, you know, you have hang time and all of that. But it is what it is. But yeah, the muff punt, the interception, you know, we got to be better. And I got to be better. You know, the thing that was frustrating is the down and distance efficiency for us offensively on first or second down. There were too many third down and eight or more.
Why do you say you have to be, why do you say you have to?
Well, just, hey, anytime we have a plan like that and we don't execute or we don't run the ball as well, then you got to look at why. That's why.
You had a lot of possessions, but I think 7 3 and outs. How difficult is it to get into a rhythm when you don't generate that first?
Yeah, I think it's very difficult, you know, and it, you know, generally if you're playing good offense, a lot of times you're making first downs on first or second down, you know, so there's like a CFL number we look at, you know, how are you doing on first and second down, converting first downs? And obviously I don't, that would have been minute today, my guess.
Coach, 4th and 1 from your own 39 at the early in the fourth quarter. Did you think about going for it there, and why did you ultimately just have to punt?
Yeah, look, I look time-wise. I felt we were plenty of time, but yeah, I did think about it.
How did you think you did sort of predicting what your staff was going to do against you?
Say it again.
I'm just wondering how you felt, how you did predicting what they might do against you.
I think we didn't get as much man-to-man on defense. We had a little bit more fire zone coverage. I think offensively, in the second half, you know, they got into some no huddle, shift in motion, you know, package plays that we didn't play as well. Yeah, but we got the base front like we thought, and the nickel like we thought. Yeah, and again, there is that difference in personnel here than maybe Woody had, and you know, certainly Mike's smart enough to take and try to do the things that suit this team.
You have, you know, a lot of experience evaluating quarterbacks. Sometimes you can be really critical. It seems like with Bo, maybe you're adding the context, first game, maybe drive.
Listen, like I said, we'll watch the tape, but he gave us a chance. You know, I mean, our protection was average at best. And I just think, and I believe this, that we have to, you know, at one point in the game, I came to the bench and talked to the receivers and said, let's go. You know, I don't know how many drops we had, but man, let's help this guy. So, any more? All right, thanks.